And let's go back to Zoom. And hello, everybody.
I
We're
will
going
try to
back
get
to,
the
there we
comments,
go. We're here.
guys. Please bear with me. I'm trying to get the comments on my phone on Facebook. But also Melissa is really good at responding later. So
Again. I hope we don't freeze.
I think we're okay,
I'll
guys.
say hello to everyone. We're just checking a few things. Welcome to, it's time to start feeling alive with Sue Sedana. Am I looking good over there, Sue?
You are. I got you. I got you on all systems here.
It's all systems go.
Yeah.
Houston.
Okay, well, and I
Take
just
off.
want to,
Blast.
before we get started, I just want to say to you that, you know what, I had a big kind of aha moment this week, or like a re-aha moment. Was one of those where it was like, you know how you're like, okay, I want to live this certain lifestyle, and when I live that way, I'm going to be like whatever, wearing a red sweatshirt every day. But you know, just all of a sudden, I think it was the other night, it just kind of hit me. It's like, no, you've got to start by wearing the red sweatshirt, because it's like, you know, to have that lifestyle or whatever it is you want, because it's the only person that knows how to get that lifestyle is the person in the red sweatshirt. So it really kind of just hit home for me this week, where it was like, no, it's not like I'm going to get healthy when I achieve a certain something or achieve, you know, get somewhere. It's like, no, I'm going to start by getting healthy and doing what I can to emulate as much that whatever it is that I want. And then honestly, it was just so, and it was, the craziest part about it was that my brain was just like, because how else will you know how to get the rest of what you want unless you're coming from that space
inside? Yes.
Which I think is really good for the chakra that we're doing today. So maybe I did some homework as well, Melissa.
Yes, you did. Yes, you've done lots of homework this week. Yes.
Okay, so tell us something good.
Huge sharing with going within, taking care of ourselves once again, and starting with ourselves. Whether, you know, having fun, of course, is very important, but, you know, starting to eat better, get those nutrients and vitamins into us, like being proactive. So we have immunity really strong as well. So we're going to endure, of course, when bugs and viruses and flus come to us, right?
Yeah,
so well, hand in hand with that. There's many plans that I've actually put in place myself as well. So we're going to get into that. That's you just introduced our lovely intro tonight. I wasn't
even planning on it.
Nope. And it just goes hand in hand, where, you know, things come up in life and things can get stressful and things get delayed and even things like that. And so it's for fun. I'm going to start with a little fun serenity prayer just to clear the air and all the energy today, because a few things have come up to, we'll say, heighten my energy and my reserve a bit, where, you know, it's like, so yeah, serenity. Everybody's going to remember this. If you ever watch Seinfeld, serenity now is what all the characters would say. George and what's the other guy, Kramer, when things would get to a point where you just want ease and grace, but things are like going all over the place. So we're going to start with that today.
Awesome.
God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. So huge topic for this week.
And just a little shout out to Sinead O'Connor, because I think she sang that in one of her songs.
Oh, she did?
Yeah, a long time ago, or she says that in one of her things. That was the first place I heard the serenity prayer. At first I was like, oh, she made it up. She's a genius. Right? But then I realized that she actually got it from somewhere, which just shows you how, like, information, like it's not like new information is out there. It's almost like the same information, but sometimes when we hear it, it's like hearing something new for us.
Yes.
You know, even though I bet you if you went into my subconscious, I would have heard that before. Okay, girl, go for it.
And that's what it's a reminder us to, in times of stress, to feel this as well, which gets into our whole topic tonight of also is learning to surrender and learning to let go. So I'd love to share a channel message I actually did a few years ago, but once again, you pick something up and it resonates with you in your life, what's going on now. So here we go. I'm going to start sharing this one. Living in our world today, we can feel the effects of stress, overworking ourselves, or not getting enough rest. Taking the steps to increase our health and vitality can help us all to start living to our full potential in a way that we were meant to live. if we can learn to go within and to truly feel from our insides, from the heart, then we can start giving our soul what it truly needs: love, compassion, kindness, and some nurturing. We can attain mental clarity and start to use our real guidance system of our own intuition. We can relearn to trust ourselves, our decisions, and find better ways to help our families and our loved ones. We can get back to our true nature, our true feelings of love, and share this with all of mankind. By reconnecting with spirit, our true source, we can come to realization that we are all spiritual beings having a physical experience here on earth. All of us have a grand plan to learn throughout this lifetime. Everything we do is in the divine plan. There is no right or wrong. It is of duality that we live, learn, grow, and expand our consciousness. Through learning to surrender and let go of what no longer serves us in this lifetime, we can move forward towards the next day with love and appreciation for what we have in our lives, having gratitude for all the blessings that enrich our lives every day. When we realize this, we can rejoice and enjoy our family, friends, and loved ones even more. This includes the ones who've passed over as well. They may not be here physically, but their spirit in their true form stays with us. Know that they are here guiding us every day along our journey, and we will be reunited one day. And we are never alone. So that's our lovely message to share. That goes deep in my heart. This is, once again, I channel this, but it's my true source desire and soul feeling that I have, that I just want to keep sharing with everyone, because this is through doing this, we have grown, we have learned. The growth factor is huge where I came from, and now when I'm living this way in my life, when I'm learning to take care of myself, slow down, and have those, healthy, extra healthy habits, and go for that walk and de-stress and have friends and families that we need to share with and open up to as well, is huge and vast in beginning and healing in our soul level and our soul purpose.
Yeah, well, and you know what? I think it's really good it's funny how you had the reading a couple of years ago. It's kind of like, even though stuff, like, even the world happens, but it's like you still need reminders of the same message.
Yeah.
Like, we're not alone. And I think it's really hard for people to think that you are, because different, like with the circumstances, stuff is happening, maybe it's different than what's happening to your neighbor or your friends. So, and I think you sometimes, instead of being like, you just shut down and that's your default answer, but I'm just alone anyway. But really the message too, I think that we're both trying to do is to let people know it's like, you're not alone. Like, you just have to kind of like, put your hand out, step out. The bridge is going to be there. You just have to have a little trust and faith in yourself and in the world around you.
Yeah. And no one trusts that you're always guided. And now we can, put it out there to the world. Sue, Sedana, and myself, we're like, you need some help, guidance with anything in your life, reach out. We are here for everyone in there.
I think I got a new name for us. We're like Crusaders for Change.
Yeah. Oh my God, that's another one to write down.
I like
I know
it.
you remember that one too.
Right, guys?
Yeah.
So we're
Crusaders
starting
for
on
Change.
this
I love
crusade.
that.
We want to be part of the change, and we want to do as much as we can, basically, to help everyone out there.
Yeah. We found our soul purpose, and now we've just jumped in with both feet. All four, we'll say, with all 4 feet now, because I love that. And we're sharing it. It's like, we're here. This is we know what purpose we're here for, and how do we want to serve the world. So and nothing is going to stop us. Like, we found it. And when we jump into this and it feels so right and it feels so good, we know that we're in the right place where we need to help and reach out.
Well, that's it. And also, Stacy Cliff says, hi, Melissa.
Hi, Stacy. How are you?
Look at me. I'm getting good at now reading the comments and passing it on.
Yes. Hi, Stace. So yeah, she's gonna, stay close, Stace. We'll get you in for a reading. Okay. Stay in there. And another dear friend from a long time ago. Haven't seen her in a few years, but yeah. Oh, hi, Stace.
And Anne-Marie. Oh, and Anne-Marie likes Crusaders for Change. I think we should get Crusaders for Change t-shirts.
Yes, we are. That's
it. Doing this for a while, then we can get our t-shirts, our logos.
Yes.
Okay.
We are Crusaders for Change. With our mission statement, it's time to start feeling alive.
That's
right?
right. That's
There we go.
right.
We
We're
got it,
coming,
girl.
Oprah. We're coming.
Yeah, we are here. So yes, today also our other topics of our are going along with our chakra balancing and energy healing. We're going to talk about our third eye today. Um, so yeah,
I'm
I'm going.
actually really excited because I come from an East Indian background.
Yep.
So the concept of the third eye is not very foreign. Like
No.
it's totally something that as a child I would grow up with. And yeah, I would not think it was weird if someone was like, they're opening their third eye, or, I'm sure I tried to open it when I was a young girl,
Yeah.
but I always had this interpretation that it's always like the third eye is up here looking out, but I was always kind of had this impression that the third eye was looking in.
Oh, I love that, Sue. Yes. Yeah. Because we are going within and it's once we open up to our open intuition and awareness, that's where we expand from the inside, where it's our connection to a divine or the quantum energy around us. It's all here.
Well, yeah, it's almost like these two eyes
Within.
are looking out, gathering information. And then this one kind of looks inside and puts it all together and sees what it can give you the best, like to serve you the best.
Yeah. Well, it's just to me, it's like when we talk about our soul and the quantum level of energy, it's humongous. So almost looking inside with our third eye, we can see more than what we could see looking outside. Like right now, we're limited. We see our four walls, the ceiling, the floor. That's as far as we can see. But we, close our eyes and go in, we can see vastly anything we want to see. Universe, cosmos, to the neighbors, the streets. It's amazing. And that's where we're going to start sharing our journey with. We're going to go in there today with our little exercise. So I guess we'll start with talking about it's our sixth chakra there, our third eye. And I love also sharing the Sanskrit name as well. It's Anja, meaning to perceive, of course, located between the eyebrows, and this relates to our intuition and wisdom. Going into other issues I love to share with physiological issues as well, and we're going to go into our emotional issues as well. We'll start with basically physiological thought. Well, I'm going to read that part here first. I already read that part. Yeah. Going into our third eye, physiological issues of being blocked, what we could perceive to have going on in our lives, lack of imagination, lack of vision, lack of concentration, blocked or cloudy intuition, or can't see the big picture, or or it could be like distorted vision, delusional, distorted imagination, and um where also could be the other side when it could be overly reliant on logic and intellect, thinking like Spock here, from Vulcans.
You know what? It's so funny that you would say that they can't see the big picture, because in my lifetime, I've met several people, and that's what they struggle with, is seeing the bigger picture. Like they get so caught up in, I guess, like the detail, that they're missing out, really why they're putting something together.
Yep. And
Feel like
that's
it make their life easier, but it's caused so much pain to put it together that, that or making your life easier kind of wears thin after.
yep, that's so true. That is so true, and we have to pay attention to that. Yep. um Let me see where I would like to talk about next. So we're just going to dive right in. We'll keep going here. um Once again, we're going to deal with our intuition, psychic abilities, self-realization, perception, release, understanding, memory, and fearlessness. There are good functions of our third eye. Of course, emotions would be like imagination and intuition. Glands associated would be pituitary. Associated body parts, we have our eyes, our nose, ears, sinuses, cerebellum, pineal gland, would very important. Forebrain, autonomic nervous system, and it also deals with our body, our heals etheric body, and our auras as well. And get back into physical dysfunctions, blindness, visions, headaches, migraines, earaches, nightmares, sleep disturbances, fear, manic depression, anxiety, schizophrenia, paranoia, and equilibrium imbalances as well. So there's a few different issues there, and going to
Can I ask you a question on those? So,
yep.
say someone's suffering from like whatever depression or anxiety or loss of imagination or creativity. So does it mean that it's like the third eye is blocked, or they're not really able to, like, they're not able to access it and use it? So do you think that comes from like maybe just not knowing that it's there?
There could be a few issues as well, like going in when, of course, energy, once again, going into the energy centers and knowing that our chakras, the energy, like the vortexes of how they're open up, they're like, it is more blocked, and stagnant energy. So when it's not moving, more negative energetic things can happen. And it's one day I would love to do more. I come from a nursing background, and I even still deal with issues of like schizophrenia and different mental health issues where it's so, once again, it's very vast and huge. I would love to sit, I mean, as a nurse, we deal with patients with these disorders and etc. And I remember visiting the floor and speaking to one nurse one day. I had to go get some information or paperwork one day for a patient. And I asked, and I sat down and asked one of the mental health nurses, because they deal with this day in, day out, day in, day out. If they would also feel that energetic, not just energetic blockages, but they're open, but they're more open to the different vast, maybe, I don't want to scare anybody, but different darker and negative energies when they're getting these different visualizations and hallucinations. And I say yes to that. I believe that the energetic connections can be opening to different, I'll say, pathways with some of those mental disorders. So that being said, I would love to sit down and just almost do like a research study to get information and knowledge of asking these people how they feel, what they see, like, and like get into it, a really dive in deep for a great conversation. So, but that's another conversation once again. But I like to touch base on that, because people, that can be a negative aspect of a blocked third eye, or it is open, but people get stuck in this zone, especially sometimes within the system. They're given medications and drugged, and they're just labeled and just like, okay, you're labeled, so you're left over there right now with that group of people. But if we, reintegrated with them and actually explored more of this with them, then the healing and the creativity, and also the helping someone open up in a positive way, could be vast. So that's one of my passions in life too, as well. Like, moving into the future, let's help these people heal any negative aspects and wounds that have happened in their life, and that had been brought about because of the mental illnesses or etc. So that's my little bit on that. We'll get there, Sue. There's people I love to help as well. So I'm just getting it out there as well. Um, Getting back to the third eye, um, unclear sense of purpose, path, or inner guidance. Also a busy mind, and also stuck in high stress. That's a big blockage. And then, of course, to get clarity to help open up our third eye, when we clear it and move our energy along, we can start receiving more clarity on our path. And we'll reach a stronger sense of inner guidance and attention, and mostly able to live in the present moment and live in the present flow of things, is when we can, when we get in there and we start working and opening up our chakras and things like that for the third eye.
So do you find that once, like, if the third eye is quote unquote, I'm just going to use the word open for sake of ease,
That's it.
um,
Yep.
that it is a lot easier? Because for a lot of people, I think that's one of the hardest things to do, is maintain yourself in the present moment, because just between phones and life and busy and like there's so many, we're always like, even when we're doing something, it's the hardest challenge I even find, which it makes sure you have to make your life very kind of slow it down, is to, like, if I'm typing, I'm typing. If I'm cooking, I'm cooking. Not if I'm cooking, I'm worried about what I'm going to say on a Facebook post, or if I'm doing a Facebook post, I'm thinking about dinner. Like, I'm
You
really
got
going to,
it.
like, that is really one of the hardest things. And I guess that's what you're saying, is like, I think the better we kind of maybe take care, add some health and whatever kindness to our third eye, I think it's going to make it easier for us to sit in the present moment. Because is that also when you're meditating, you're kind of connecting to that, right?
Yes. Yes. Even when even when we let go, once again, let go of everything, and we're just even, it's even funny. It's some of even the quiet moments, we'll just say in the shower, in the washroom, where, or just say we're at a point where we are focusing and living in that present moment. That's also when lots of insight and inspiration can pop in. I swear, I go to the bathroom and I'm not thinking about much, or in the shower. It's when you clear that mind. You're right. That's when the inspiration and the channels are going to
Yeah.
come in, and it's like, what a great idea. And it's like, give me the
Almost
toilet
like,
paper. I got to write that down.
yeah, you like opened up the space, so now the idea can pop in.
Yeah. So yeah, being in that present moment, it just, it's when the allowance comes in as well of information. So that's also a great point. Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Now I got it.
And I'd like to share also some nice, lovely, positive quotes that help open up our intuition as well. Like each area that when we feel, when we, once again, working with energy work and self-talk to ourselves. What do we do when we're stressed and angry? We're probably hardest on ourselves. So we're going to have to learn to take a step back and start loving and caring for ourselves, taking time for ourselves, and knowing that, I know it can be tough for some people, but when they've got a husband or family and kids, know that you need that time for yourself as well, and take it. Some people feel so guilty. It's like, oh, they can't, but you know what? You can. And that's when you sit down and you go within and you take care of yourself, and you're going to feel better. And then opening up to that connection is even greater. So I'm going to share some really lovely positive quotes that you can say every day to yourself that will help keep you less stressed and happier and open up more. So one is, I listen to my intuition every day. Another affirmation is, I am connected to my highest truth. I trust that my life is unfolding exactly as it should. And I am open to my intuitive abilities and use them for my highest good. So there's setting some beautiful intentions there every day, that can help lead you on a more of a positive path and opening up a
It's so
growth.
important to set intentions.
Yeah.
Right? It's so, because you know what? It's almost like, because you can't just let your brain go wildfire and not kind of take some ownership and control of it and responsibility. It's like, like you have to be a guider. You have to guide your brain in the way to think. And it's so nice when you said, like when you say those intentions in the morning, right? Because it's like, then when you wake up, your brain's like, oh, this is what I'm doing today. This is how I'm thinking today. This is how I'm feeling. And it's, well, if you notice when you set intentions and when you don't set intentions, the days that you set intentions, like everything just works smoother and easier.
Yeah.
When you forget to do it, it's like then everything is kind of like sandpaper a little bit.
Yeah. And I forgot to do my daily journaling the last 2 days. And I do notice more of a difference. I didn't set those intentions, and I think mentally I do regardless, but I did not write them down. And I think that is huge. Like, what are you going to do for this day? And what are great things that are going to come of these things? So tomorrow, I'm not forgetting, I'm journaling.
Well, and no, and you know what the thing is, the problem is too much goes up here, right? At least if you get the idea and then you put it down there, then that idea is like a solid. It's been like 3 times it's been registered to your brain. But if you just leave it up here, then you throw in the next idea on top of it. It's like it gets cloud. Then it's just too much at once. And your brain kind of is like, even though there's like 10 amazing things to do, it doesn't know which one to do. And then it kind of looks for your default, which usually isn't an amazing idea, which is usually a bag of Doritos and some Haagen-Dazs and Netflix. So.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I saw you're about to say cloudiness of the brain, cloudiness, and like it covering up of everything. It does. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's just too much. You got to clean your brain out. It's kind of like cleaning out your house, cleaning out your closet. It's like you just can't keep, one more phrase, one more idea on top of another one.
That's
Otherwise,
right.
they
And
all jumble. It's the same thing for, it's the same for everything.
you got it. Yeah, setting that tension and releasing it, and letting the universe know what you want, and then almost like let it go. It's there. Of course, we have to act on it, but once we get it out there, it's true. We let that idea out, and we have room for more flow. To once we let the energy flow, all this other beautiful stuff is able to flow through.
Well, and I
And
think
then,
people, and it's true, it's like, so you let the idea out, You know, when you're letting the idea out the first time, it's not like you have the whole plan in order. The whole point is like, if you let it out and you put it on the paper, then the next, then the new thoughts that come to you are kind of how to put that into action. Like you kind of almost create the space because you've got like the, this is the road that we're on. So now the road is empty. So now those cars can come in and drive on that freeway. You know what I mean? They can show you just how to get to where you're going.
Yes, then they be on that path and you be on that
Yeah.
journey, and then amazing, beautiful things will happen. And we can attest to that, Sue, just how we met and all the wonderful things that has flown through and continues to flow through. Like once we just also, one other huge thing is being brave and saying yes to something as well, and know and trust that it can lead us to something great. Because even the day that we met, it's like deep down in my head, I'm thinking, well, what if I didn't go? Because I was remember questioning if I was going to go that day, but I did. It's like, and look, one beautiful decision, like one quick thought in your mind can attract so much wonderfulness in your life. And that's, and no one trust with universe and your abilities and things like that. Some people, they're afraid to take that next step and jump into something different. Where even with my daughter, I try to share with her, just say yes to something. If you feel in your heart you want it, say yes, and don't, and you might be a little bit afraid, but have that courage to jump in and do it, because there are 101 million new adventures and journeys are going to come with that one decision that you had enough courage to step to take into. So you never know, take that step. The journey is there to have.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. And as you take each step, you build your confidence, right? And it's like it's almost like a, like ball of wax kind of thing or ball of glue. It's like the minute you take one step, you feel better. So you want to take another step, you feel even better, and next thing you know, you've got like the confidence to basically do and say and be anything you want.
Yes. So you jump out of your skin and um, there was a word there, yeah, like jump out of your safe zone
Your
and
comfort.
know and trust that. Yeah, like some people can live so like small in their lives. They're staying in their safe bubble. um they don't think they could do anything else. It's like, have faith, have belief that you have a goal, go for it. Don't hold back, don't stay small, jump in and yep, attain it. That's right.
Well, because the
Yep.
truth is, life is for living. It's like, we got one kind of like ticket for this ride. So it's just like, do you not really want to try almost as much as you can? Like,
This is the time to start feeling alive and
yeah.
keep moving forth. So I'm just getting into there's somebody else on. Keith is saying hi. I'll say hi, Keith. He's not coming out there too. I don't know. Can you still see? Can you, you
I
if
don't
you can?
see Keith, but I see Sadia. Sadia.
Okay. Oh, hi, Sadie. How
We're
are you?
getting way better at this,
Yes,
Melissa.
we are. We can see names. We can say names. We're good. Yes, going back to ABC. Grade one.
Are
Yeah, we
we
got
going
names.
are we going to do like an exercise to balance that chakra?
Yes, we're going to go into one of my favorite chakra balancing exercises for our third eye, and we'll go from there. And this is my other lovely form here. And once again, we speak about other, energy healing and opening up. Um, and of course, so we're going to go in with our deep breathing and opening up our energy centers of our third eye for this exercise. I'm gonna I always get comfortable like this. There's a certain way I sit every time I just go in. So I'm gonna, through this exercise, I'm gonna ask everybody to take some deep breaths. Usually going into a deep breathing exercise, we're gonna take a deep breath in for count to 4. We're gonna hold it for 4, and then we're gonna release for the count of 8. And I'll just do a guided imagery with you as well, just to follow along. And I always encourage people to take note of anything you're feeling, you're seeing, any little thoughts and visions you're having, any brightness of colors or any darkness of colors, because we're going with a third eye. It's like it's a royal purple. Some people say indigo blue or royal purple. So imagine like a royal purple here, and take note to what you're seeing and feeling. It gives you indications of how that chakra is open at the time. So going in and expanding this will, our goal is to open this up and allow our intuition to come in and so forth. So we'll start with that. And also, if you have a pen and paper, I always do my work with a pen and paper in hand, if you like to take notice. So we'll begin.
All right.
Okay. So once again, we'll start with deep breathing. We'll count, well, for the count of 4, we'll breathe in through our nose. We'll hold for the count of 4. And now we'll blow it through our mouth and pursed lips for the count of 8. I'll invite you to take it then with your next in breath. And on your release, let your shoulders drop and just release some stress from the day. Feel it fall away. Now I'd like you to imagine a beautiful royal purple color. And I want you to imagine this right between your eyebrows and your third eye. And I want you to imagine this opening, expanding like a disc, spinning and turning and opening up. And continue taking your deep breaths. Allow yourself to imagine the beautiful royal purple color right between your eyebrows, turning and rotating like a disc and opening and expanding. I want you to take notice of any feelings and thoughts and emotions you're experiencing, any colors that you're perceiving, the brightness, the dimness, any physical symptoms you're feeling as well. Take note of that. And keep imagining the royal purple color turning and opening and expanding. I want you to take another big deep breath. And as you're slowly breathing out, take note of your sensations and your feelings once again. And when you slowly open your eyes, you can write down if anything that might have come to you, take note of that. And then we can talk a bit more about what you might have been feeling and sensing. How are you feeling, Sue? Nice and relaxed?
Pretty good. But you know what? I just wanted to let you know that because I started this journey with you. I wasn't really, I'd never really meditated with the chakras before. Really considered it when I was meditating. And I think when the first time we did it, and you were like, oh, imagine the disc getting the ball. It was hard for me. I'm going to be honest. But just today when I did it, it was so easy. So it's almost like, like in the beginning, it was like, it almost like I had to work really hard to imagine whatever, the root chakra or this heart chakra. But it just seemed like when you said disc, it was like kind of like all the puzzle, it just fell into place. There it was, twisting and turning purple.
Wonderful. And
So
see that's with time and practice, you're going to take notice of the chakras opening and spinning and expanding, more so and even quicker as well. And also I'll share with some people, of course, if you when you started and you didn't see a lot of things, or you just saw a little flicker of purple, or it was a darker purple, that's okay. As you're starting and opening up and doing these exercises, it's okay. And a lot of times I like to tell people as well, when you're going in, is if it's a little hard and dark and murky, just send love and send, like, imagine white light. So you're loving, the idea is to love every part of yourself, every day, no matter what you're experiencing and what your journey is at that time. And, like, allow for for the opportunity to say, okay, today it's not that easy, and that's okay. And the next day you're going to practice again, and it's going to, like you said, Sue, it's with many weeks of this now, it's easier and easier for you now, where it's like
yeah.
boom. Yeah.
Well, no, and
You'll
I think what it is too is also I'm a lot more comfortable. I'm a lot more open-minded. Like, not like I'm more open-minded, but I'm a lot more receptive because obviously I'm having conversations around these different topics. Like, you know what I mean? So before maybe they weren't part of my everyday. And now as it's become like it's really like I made the uncomfortable comfortable. It's kind of like,
love
how
that.
you start making changes in your life. It's like in the beginning it was kind of uncomfortable, like for both of us, right? You're doing Facebook Live, so it's different, but it's just like now, like it's the comfort in it. Like I can't imagine what it was like to be the other way around now, is what I'm saying.
Well, that's awesome. You can't remember what it was like before you're doing this. That's great.
Yeah, well,
And
Stacy says that she finds it extremely difficult to meditate. She has crazy legs all the time and she can't calm down enough to do it. Any tips?
yeah, Stace, we're gonna talk about this for you. Once again, it's is allowing yourself the time to do it. Take some time out of your day, to go to a quiet space. And if you're needing some help with whether it be music or even lighting a candle to focus on, they're great ways to take the time out to quiet yourself and center yourself. And we're getting into also exercises the next week or so about the grounding and centering as well. We're going to practice more of that as well. That's a great start to go in and quiet your mind, quiet your heart, quiet your body. Um, and once again, if there's times where if your leg, if it's a restless leg syndrome and it's still, um, you're still feeling it, if it's bothersome, it's affecting you, always go in knowing that 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 leg is, it might do that, and that's okay for this week. That's happened. Allow that to be okay. And when you give yourself the permission to take the time to sit and practice, starting a healing journey of any energy work as well, it takes time and practice. And what's, like, once again, Sue now is taking the time now, it's getting easier now. It's practicing this and going in and every day. And when you could imagine particular colors, and being okay with every what you get each day, and know that no one trusts that doing this will allow more guidance and energy systems to help get certain things unblocked, where 3 weeks from now you're going to say, wait a minute, I've been doing this every day for 3 weeks or something like that. And you're going to realize, oh my God, my legs, it's simmering now, it's settled. And those are the great things you can notice, where it's like, as well, whether it's a physical thing or a mental thing, you're going to be sitting there, it's like, oh wow, I'm actually letting go now. I can let those thoughts go about, oh, worrying about, how am I going to get to work tomorrow, or what's going to happen at work, and or what about what we're going to do for dinner. Those thoughts will slowly drop off more and more, where you will allow the opening up. And then it's, once again, that's where the magic and beauty happen, of opening up to your own awareness and intuition. when when you're more open. So paying, take note of your cues that your body's giving you, how you're feeling, and take note and know that with time and practice, you can notice things shift and move where those like those little leg things, they're going to simmer a bit for you. And then, 2-3 years from now, it's like, you're going to be like, wow. And you're going to feel so like it's going to be you when you practice this, you learn the grace and ease of things. It's just in calming the nervous system, because everything's connected to our nervous system and our heart, of course. It can just slow things down and let everything relax and start to flow again. So
Yeah.
there we go.
I also say when I started meditating, I started this summer just doing plain meditation, no chakras. And you get so caught up in what you think it's supposed to be. And then I remember once someone telling me, and it was like, no, it's like, it's your practice.
Yeah.
So if you have restless legs for a little bit of it, that's, you're lucky enough to have that. The key is like, don't fight yourself and be like, oh, that means I'm not meditating. It's like, no, that's just how you meditate. It's just like a kind of another way to do it. And the other thing I found too, I don't know if you want to try this, Stacey, but it's like, start at 1 minute. As crazy as it sounds, and it's just like, even when you do 1 minute and then maybe the next day you do 2 minutes, and 2 minutes is not a long time, but you're going to know that you're doing it, and you make an effort to clear your thoughts or keep your mind as blank as possible, and thoughts are going to pop in. There's no one that sits there and is like, like maybe if you've been meditating and you're a Buddhist monk, but it's hard. Like as humans, that's how we are. Stuff just pops in our mind. But the key is I started like 3 minutes was my first meditation. And you know what? It wasn't and I can't say I had no thoughts for 3 minutes, but the fact was like, at least I sat quietly for 3 minutes and made a concerted effort to kind of start my journey. And so just remember, it's your journey. So if you're going to have a thought every minute, that's how your meditation practice goes. And kind of like, it's like making the uncomfortable comfortable. It's uncomfortable to have no thoughts, but eventually it's going to be comfortable.
And once again too, is that people, I've heard this before, where they've started to meditate and then they say, well, this thing popped in, it was really weird, I was seeing this and that, and it's like they didn't realize that they're actually at the precipice of opening up to their own intuition, where things actually in guidance are coming through, and they think, well, shoot, I still can't quiet my mind. And I want to let them know that that's okay. Once you get to a point where you've opened, it's when I call the veil is lifted, and you can start receiving through your own intuition awareness guidance, and your true intuition will come through. And for me, meditations, I will be honest, it's not that I go in and it's nothing's happening. I'm always on a wonderful journey in there. It's once you practice and you do relax, your heart rate slows down, and it can be very peaceful while you're on this journey as well. But no one, when things come through, no one trusts it's okay. And I would say, write it down. And when you're able to read through some of the stuff that come through, it's like, you might be able to say, oh, that makes sense. That relates to this issue I was having with this person, or this is how I was feeling about that item. It's like, you're going to slowly receive the answers coming through to you that might help offer insight on your next step, and people or things you might need to forgive or allow to flow maybe out of your life, like to let go of more. So no one trusts that. It's once again, I love how Sue put that it is your own journey. And each and every one of us will open up, on their own time and in different ways. So yeah, no one trusts that.
Okay, I'm going to stop the chitter chatter right now, Melissa, because Anne Marie would like a reading and Stacey would like a reading.
Okay.
I was like, I know we can go on. So
I know. Yes. Let's see if I'm going to ask if you're out there, Keith, and you want a reading, say something. Pop in. So I'm going to start with Stace, because Anne Marie's was here last week, right? Yeah. Okay. Y'all ready?
We didn't do Anne Marie last week.
Was that?
We didn't do Anne Marie last week.
I think it was the week before last week.
Is it?
I think so.
Okay.
I could be wrong, but that's what I'm feeling.
What Spirit's got to say. So
I know. Let's see. And then once again, our first few times we did that, Spirit was bringing out stuff for Sue, so that's okay.
Yeah.
So let's focus on Stacey right now. Then is Sadia still there too, you said?
Stacey, and I believe Sadia is still here.
Okay. Okay, here we go, Stace. Spirit showing me, once again, stay, I get things symbolically and literally, so I'm just going to share it kind of it both ways here. They're showing me you've got some concern about this big box that's right beside you, and it feels like it has something to do with heating or air conditioning. There's a big concern about it. You're right by, and you're just got this huge concern. What's going on? Something heating or air conditioning. So let's see from there. Okay, has to do something gears of how it works. Okay, we're moving on. We're talking about some food now. Something about cookies. And then the next is about something about homemade cookies, homemade or homemade treats, and decorating with decorating with your your icing bags and skirting out, and decorating. And now they're showing me even more creativities, with painting with this specific, a giant big brush as well, a bristly brush. And you're just getting in there and brushing away. And the word is something edible right now, edible paint. And it's like you want to, I'm seeing you flipping a toothbrush around as if you want to show people how to do specific things, and you're showing them that you can use almost anything to paint. Like you've got like a toothbrush can work to do the trick as well. And that you want to, you're demonstrating, you're showing people that you can do it any way you want to, this painting and decorating or whatever. And I see you as well. It's showing, the spirit showing me this, like you're cutting up this bread, like this whole wheat bread. It's almost like, it's like a whole wheat Weight Watchers bread, but you're doing it really, really quickly. And they're showing me you putting it all on these cookie sheets, and you want to throw it in the oven quickly and make some garlic bread or garlic toast with this. Like you're in a rush and a hurry, to get all this done. And it's showing, okay, sure, spirit's showing me, you getting help, you requiring and needing help, a man helping you with something small and intricate, the way of doing things. I'm almost once again being shown as gears. So something you need to do in your life, it's like I'm being shown you getting guidance from a man. And it could be a doctor, also could be a chef. So I'm thinking like, like someone who helps with nutrition, like a nutritionalist, but it's showing me some man wearing white, like a doctor chef. So I'm going to put that as like a nutritionist, giving you guidance on things that can help you. And okay, something about, I'm seeing it, a lighthouse, and it's spinning around. And a lighthouse usually, sheds light on things. And then I'm showing at the very top that I'm being shown a mailbox. So it's like you'll be shown the way with something that will come in the mail. That looks like that what the message is about. Guidance coming in the mail. Okay, being shown you taking off your eyelashes, like fake eye, but then your fake eyelashes, then you're putting on new ones, and they're bigger and beautiful. It's like it's a message of transition. Seeing yourself, taking off something, putting on something new, and feeling beautiful. Okay, and seeing a message of, if you're a coffee drinker, I'm just seeing you literally scooping out the sugar cubes from your coffee. So it's like starting with like take the sugar out of your coffee. And you can still enjoy your coffee. And a message about writing down your journey that you're on right now. Write it down and document it, because the feeling is like you could literally, like with your story, you could actually write a book and share your story to help other people. That's coming through right there. And you're like, what the heck? But you're being like, I keep showing you, write your journey down. And I'm seeing cigarettes and cigars. So that's, for me, that's a sign of your loved ones from the other side. Usually who, if loved ones passed over, they smoke, they're coming through, letting you know that they're there around you, helping and guiding you. Like I feel the energy of like a mother energy. And also cigar belongs to like an older male energy as well, but I'm not quite sure who that is. Okay. And if that's something that's going on in your life with cigarette smoking as well, and being shown to have something like a pencil in your hand and other things to help guide you, to help deter you from doing that habit as well. There's a message about your kids. It's like the story and journey of you, Stace, is also like you're coming through the eyes of your kids, and like that's like a message of like of going back to coming through the story of you, to write down for your story, coming through the eyes of your kids, witnessing what a great mom you are, and also your trials and stuff. And it's going back to where, looking at your life through the eyes of your kids, the eyes of your grandkids, like these perspectives are so what you huge for, and you need to write and jot this down and talk to them about that, to write down your journey and your story for this book that that needs to be shared to help other people. So yeah, go through the eyes of your kids, talk to them, the eyes of your grandkids. It keeps showing me that. And it's showing me like you playing younger ones. It's like the enjoyment with the grandkids, playing the toys, the games. Like that's where you take your greatest joy from right now, and embrace this, dive into this. That's what life's all about, enjoying the loved ones around you. Okay. There we go, Stace. There's a lovely message.
All right.
The love of the grandkids around. Yep. Okay, let's see. We have time for maybe.
Keith or Anne Marie.
Is Sadia still there too, or?
I'm assuming Sadia is still here. So
That's okay. Let's see.
see what maybe comes up, or who it comes up for.
Yeah, I think I'm feeling more like, we'll see if we have time for more. Who knows? We'll see. Here comes Sadia's information. Let's see. Mind you, it feels like Sadia, so let's go from there. Okay, what's coming through now is I'm seeing kids dressed up in Halloween costumes right now, like lion costumes, in like hiding out in a closet. And something about notebooks being passed around the way, also boxes of pizza. To do with the all around the kids here that I see in these cute Halloween costumes, dressed up lions and stuff. I'm seeing like, it feels like a boy and a girl child. Let's see. Something about I don't know if it's a past or desire, but it feels like something you've done is being on the beach, being in the sun, in the bikini, with the kids, the family in the heat. Beautiful. I wish I was there right now. um, and that was something. Okay, I'm giving ideas about something about something around the holidays and the Christmas time. Because I was also being shown, a sled and some wrapping papers of the kids helping wrap up gifts. So it looks like the vacation, the sun around Christmas time, wrapping gifts. And I'm seeing a male holding a beautiful, strapping on a beautiful brand new wristwatch, can't speak. And like all excited about this. Oh, I'm just getting like quick flashes of literally being away, getting massages, swimming in the water, underwater with your snorkel and your masks on, and I'm seeing looking at this, the gentleman there, and you're swimming in the ocean with the coral reef and the fish and all that stuff with the family. Something to do with the shape. It's almost like a star, but then it turned into a diamond, but it's like I'm being shown a shape of metal. It's almost like the layout of something. It's a layout. Changing into the shape of like a triangle right now and a pyramid right now. Something on a layout of something is being laid out. And it's just making it keeps drawing me more towards that male you're with, and it's like solid concrete, and it's almost whether also it's like this trip is through his work as well. That could be coming up. But the word lucrative is coming up, and like riches and abundance and things like that is all coming up with that. And just showing me lots of fun with the family, and a lot of enjoyment. Okay.
I'll just see if any of that works for her.
Okay.
Well, it's 9 o'clock. I don't know. Do you want to do anyone else or?
Well, just for fun, if we'll see if something shows up for Keith, just for fun, let's just see. Let's give it, let's just say, let's just for fun, let's see if anything comes out. Okay, I'm being shown outside at a restaurant. I'm shown this what looks like a flower pot, but it's like I'm seeing old-fashioned ceramic teapot, like white with the flowers on it and stuff, and I'm almost seeing flowers growing out of this teapot as well as it being covered in flowers, like the picture on it. I'm seeing like teas being poured, drinks being poured, raising of the glass and cheers with glasses as well going in the air. I'm being shown a rocket ship, like just zooming away, like with high speed and determination. Okay, Okay, I feel that's like that's where it's like you feel like you wish your life was going to zoom away, but I'm actually also seeing you at home, standing in the kitchen. There's a light on, like sitting and quietly having like hot chocolate at home as well, and thinking of like homemade pancakes and things like that as well. Um, whether that's something that it's like you're missing that there's something that you're missing that you want um in life. Okay, I'm trying to put this message together now. I'm seeing you going out to your car and opening the trunk up, and you're pulling out this thing. It almost looks like it's a radiator from a car. Okay, speaking of radiators, they're they get very hot, and they can cause troubles and blow up or whatever. That's what's coming to me. And it's almost like you want to take this radiator and hand it to somebody. Like you're just opening up your trunk. Oh, here, have this radiator. And it's a specific direction you want to go in your life now. I'm seeing as if it's like attracted a certain path you're looking for right now. Just I'm sturdiness, stability, strong. I'm being shown bricks like strength and strong like support all around. So that's kind of interesting coming up for you there. And it's, I think, a bit more of cleansing and kind of taking stock of things, and start small where you want to go. Start small, but take some time, take care of yourself, and things, and things will start moving forward. I'm seeing that the journey, like it's going to move forth small, but start, and have faith in that once you begin, anything is possible. Okay. There's a little one there. There we go. Awesome.
Okay.
Wonderful. That was interesting. I'd love to hear feedback from any of you guys. Whether you're listening now or you even listen later, I would love to get some validation to see how that fits into all your lives there.
Yeah.
Okay, everybody.
Got some validation comments, so hopefully they'll answer us.
Awesome. That's great. So yes, thank you again, Sue, and thank you everybody for joining on again, for coming on for some fun chakra energy balancing and some readings. And then we'll get ready for next week's topic. We're going to be at our crown chakra, our seventh chakra, and we'll talk more, and we'll do exercises and have extra little tidbits on energy healing, and we'll keep going from there.
Okay, and I just really want to add to everyone. So this experience, really, including learning about the chakras, it's a journey. It's our favorite word for tonight, but it is. It's just like, what? Like each week, it's just like it's the baby steps, little bits of information that now that we're probably week 5, maybe 5 or maybe we're 5 or 6.
I think we've done 6 now.
Yeah, so it's like it's just so weird that I was just noticing like the learning curve on this. Like in the beginning, I guess because so much of the information was so foreign, it was like, okay, I was just taking in all of this new stuff and finding a place. But now what's happening is, because I've been learning it for 6 weeks and I'm understanding it and it's more comfortable, that now when the new information comes in, like it just kind of goes to the right spot to add to whatever it needs to be added to. So I just want to tell everyone, like, really, if you haven't watched the other episodes, the best way to really kind of learn about this and take, kind of go deeper into learning about your chakras and energy work, because it has been proven by science that we are all energy, is to maybe go back and watch some of the other episodes, because that's the best way to do it. Chakra by chakra, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
You got it. And
if you try to do the whole thing, it's very overwhelming. All of the chakras all at once, all the colors. I'm really just wanted to say I appreciate the way that you kind of put it out there like this, because for me at least it makes it easier to swallow and learn. So thanks,
wonderful.
Melisa.
You're welcome. And thank you for being on this journey together as well. And now you're giving me more homework. I'm thinking now where we can share, even like to share these videos. I would love I've got one loaded on YouTube. So now I'm going to load up some more, and then we'll, next week we'll lead more people there to check that out. And so they can follow the process
Yeah.
and move on.
Because the key is the process, right? I think like the problem is a lot of people, they'll just jump in here, jump in there, and then you don't really get the nectar of the experience or the best part of the experience. It's like you really have to kind of follow the process. And
Yeah.
trust me, it's COVID. We've all got time.
Yeah, I know. We got lots of time, but this is the time to start feeling alive.
This is the time. All right, guys. I guess we're saying good night, and I
Yeah.
will talk to you
Good
guys
night.
later. And have a great night, Melissa.
Yes, you too. Blessings to all too. We'll talk
Bye,
soon.
everyone.
Okay. Bye-bye.